let's learn about Henri Matisse. He was a artist around the post-impressionist period, a little after. He was born in Le Cutouts, France in December of 1869, and his dad was a prosperous grain merchant. So he went to Paris in 1887 to learn law, and what happened was he got sick. So in 1889, after he had this appendicitis attack, which made him very sick, he had to have a surgery, and he couldn't leave his bed. His mother brought him paints and paint supplies and art supplies. And so he discovered he loved art. And this really disappointed his dad, who wanted him to learn law. But anyway, he left back to Paris in 1891 and started learning art this time. So what then in 1896 to 1897, around there, he went and met an Australian painter named John Peter Russell, and he stayed with him on this island called Belle Isle. And John Russell was showing Matisse all this new kinds of art that the Impressionists did and the Post-Impressionists did, especially Van Gogh. Even though Van Gogh wasn't very well known at the time, he was a friend with John Russell, and these paintings blew Matisse's mind. He started his own style with some other artists called fauves, and this style was crazy with bright colors based on that Post-Impressionist idea. But not everyone liked it. In fact, the reason they're called fauves is because critics saw their art in a museum and said Donatello chez les fauves, which means he saw a sculpture by Donatello, a Renaissance artist, and he said that to mean Donatello among the wild beasts. Like, these bright colors look like a wild animal painted it. This is so crazy. And so that's what that meant at the time. After this time, World War II was starting, and Germany had occupied France, and a lot of artists left. Matisse stayed, but he became sick. He had cancer, and so he got better, but he had to stay in bed again. And this time, he invented a whole new art style called cutouts. So let's look at some of Matisse's work. This is his early stuff. He didn't do the fauve style and the expressive style at first. This is what came later. At first, he did a lot of normal still lifes and stuff, and then these bright, colorful fauve and expressionists and post-impressionist styles. And then the last part we'll see here is the cutouts, where he would cut pieces of paper while he was sick in bed and glue them down to make the art.